If you search for stamps on YouTube, the results tend to fit a theme. You might find results on how to sell a collection of stamps, or what the rarest stamps of all time are, or what the most expensive stamps are. Well, I'm not rich, and neither are you, and judging by price trends, you probably won't become rich by collecting stamps if you start today. For example, I have this mint sheet of stamps from 1934 celebrating the mothers of America. Now that sounds old enough that it should be a collector's item, but your mama's so cheap, I bought it for $10 off of eBay. The issue is that stamps aren't printed like Pokemon cards. They're all commons, with millions of copies made and no rares. Now there are misprints and errors that can raise the value, but for the most part, any regular stamp that's been printed in the past 100 years is going to be pretty affordable. But that's a good thing. If you want to be the type of traditional collector who gets a complete set from a decade and mounts them carefully into albums, you can be that person, and it's actually not that expensive. If that sort of collecting is boring to you, then you don't have to do it that way. Be random with your choices, and be lazy about storage. They're not going to put your kids through college someday. Or use your stamps. That's what they're for. Now, if your question is, even if they're cheap, why would I ever want to collect stamps? Well, first of all, shut up. But second, remember that the Postal Service has been designing stamps with collectors in mind for over a century at this point, and they put out dozens of new designs each year. Just over the past year, there was a stamp for Shel Silverstein, a set for the Day of the Dead, a stamp for Ursula Le Guin, a set for otters playing in the snow. If you dig into it, there are probably stamps that you think are neat and are worth collecting. This channel will highlight some of the ones that I think are neat, and I'll give some background information about their production and their place in the stamp world. Along the way, I'll highlight some rare and more expensive stamps, but for the most part, I'm going to focus on ones that you can get online right now for not all that much over face value. With that said, this channel mostly won't touch the process of stamp collecting, and I won't really focus on non-American stamps all that much. That's a whole world you might get interested in, but there are other YouTube channels that handle it. So welcome to the channel. I hope you check out some of the other videos. If you do end up buying some stamps, drop me a letter and say hi to your mother for me.